In the pink half-light of dawn, they stared open-mouthed as German planes crisscrossed the sky, screeching into dives to drop their bombs. It looked like an air show, but it was real. May 10th, 1940 will be a day never forgotten by the Dutch. Germany has invaded the Netherlands. They were at war. Jack Van der Geest was 17 at the time this happened, just a boy forced to become a man on this fateful day. Jack and his father became a very crucial part in the Dutch resistance. They helped people escape, stole food, destroyed surplus warehouses, and helped hide Jews from the Nazis. Not all the people of The Hague were part of this resistance. Jack was betrayed by a neighbor, which led to his capture. His mother and father were also captured, and they were loaded into trucks headed for concentration camps. His mother was sent to Ravensbrück concentration camp, but she was later released and she survived the war. His father was sent to Camp Bott and was killed. Jack was sent by truck and then by train. The train was awful. It was crowded with no place to rest, no bathrooms, no food, and no water for 3 days. It was a living nightmare. He was on his way to Buchenwald. As Jack was marched through the main gate, he noticed inscriptions on the wrought iron. Right or wrong, my country, work makes you free. At this time, Jack is 19 years old, 6'2", 185 pounds. Upon entering his home block, an inmate came over and talked to Jack. He didn't recognize him, but later found out he was the Jew that Jack and his father had helped. The man looked like a skeleton with just skin hanging over him. Jack swore to himself then and there that he would get out of this awful place before he also looked like that. The ration for one day was 1 cup of coffee and 1 chunk of bread. Hunger became a way of life. Jack witnessed much brutality, and many of the prisoners died of starvation or were shot for disobeying. They had taken away his identity, strength, dignity, and pride, but not his will to live. One SS guard stepped on a Jew's glasses and yelled, "Where's your God now? On vacation?" Another guard put his cigarette out on the cheek of a young Jew. Jack's temper flared, and he kicked the guard with all the strength he had left. Jack was beaten on the head with rifles until he went black. He spent 3 days in the hole. Most prisoners died in the hole. He also had to pose as a doctor. Not a doctor to help people, but to test serums on people. After his second trip to the hole, Jack realized his only way out was as a corpse. He was getting weaker all the time and knew his weight had dropped below 100 pounds. They took him out of the hole early this time as they needed a doctor. He was sent to vaccinate Jews with the serum. He would empty the serum into their clothing and press hard enough to leave a needle impression. The Jews acted their part too, pulling their faces in pain. The lesson was, act strong and don't be scared. Jack witnessed and experienced many forms of torture. He had reached the point, mentally and physically, where he could not endure anymore. Jack concluded that hell would seem like heaven to me after what I'd seen and experienced. I had to do something now. I would escape or die trying. At this time, Jack weighed 80 pounds. He faked his death and was drugged to a pile of corpses. 6 guards would circle the pile and shoot into it. It had been 11 hours since Jack realized there was only 1 guard left. When it got dark, Jack jumped up, knocked the guard out, and beat the guard with his helmet until he was sure he was dead. Jack stripped him of his boots and uniforms, drug him in a pile of bodies, and put other bodies over top of him. Jack put on the soldier's uniform and rode a truck out of camp. Thank God I'd escaped. I knew God was with me. He wasn't on vacation after all. An 80-pound man by himself could never have overpowered and killed a healthy German soldier twice his size. Jack's journey out of Germany led to many other close calls with the Germans. He eventually reached London and managed to get to the United States. He joined the Air Force, became a citizen, and got married. Jack and his wife lived in Rapid City, South Dakota. Jack overcame many problems that would seem insurmountable to any human being. But Jack had an intervention by a divine power that helped guide him through all those terrible days. Jack's book was God on Vacation, a World War II autobiography, tells about all he overcame. He traveled and spoke at schools telling about his ordeals, his life, and he always ended his talk. Next time you pledge allegiance to your flag, I hope you get the same thrill down your spine that I do.